When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I received right away this card from Judy telling me that she was a survivor and that things will be fine, and that if I ever needed to talk, that she would always be there for me.
She would send cards and notes and flowers and small gifts.
She would come into my work and she'd say, "How are you doing today? Is there anything you need?"
She wants to make it easier for anyone who has been diagnosed with breast cancer.
It seemed important to me to reach out to these people and let them know they're not alone. I believe an angel watches over you when you're going through this.
I think that Nancy Shoulder epitomizes what Mary Jo would have considered an angel.
Her going into Mary Jo's room and praying with her, and I just thought, you know, that is a true angel. That was the thing with Nancy. She was always there whenever you needed her, but she was never aggressive or pushy about anything. But if you wanted any kind of advice, medical advice, or what should I do, you could trust her.
I met Ione Tate about 21 years ago. We moved across the street from her and her husband, and from that part we sort of struck up an unlikely friendship because she was about 20 years my senior.
Showed a lot of love and was very unselfish with her time and her energy, and did everything she possibly could to make life easier.
One of the most memorable things for me is when she was helping Ione, and Ione was very weak, and Ione looked at her one day, and Ione says, "Why are you doing all this for me?" And Betty just looked at her and said, "Because you're my friend."
After the death of her daughter, Emily, to Ewing sarcoma in 1997, she wanted to just give back. She was the one who in our family just pressed on, even through that devastating grief. She pressed on with what my brother-in-law calls Emily's sustaining courage.
Amazing effort and energy. And as I mentioned, love just is key throughout. She is there for the BEAD program, cares so much about giving to others.
The epitome of Mary Jo was caring. So as I thought about Mary Jo's life of caring and about relationships, it came to me, there's a group of ladies that really lived out what Mary Jo was all about. As the group grew, a tragedy struck, and that was the death of Kathy, one of the members.
We loved her because she was a friend, and we loved her because she was our sister.
She just had this peacefulness about her. I'm not even sure how I would describe it.
It had occurred to me this was a perfect fit to be a Mary Jo angel, and Mary Jo would be proud of these angels.
Miriam is the type of person who, I've just seen her, she's very genuine. She helps many women just to blossom.
Miriam just turned out to be a fantastic caregiver. Whatever Carolyn needed, whatever she had to do for her, she did it.
I said, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just party this on out. We're not gonna be sad about this at all. We're gonna do everything that we can to make this a good time. I feel like out of all the things maybe that have happened with me, this might have been one of the greatest accomplishments that I've ever made, really.
She tries to keep me upbeat on this cancer. Keeps telling me that we're going to beat this thing. And
I love and respect for who she is and what she's exemplified out here among all of us.
she has been helping me since this cancer has occurred. And she takes me to my treatments and stays with me most of the time during all the treatments, and does my grocery shopping because I cannot get her around the grocery store right now.
Well, Mindy is very special because she helps people that she doesn't really know. It's oftentimes we help the neighbor we know about or somebody at church, and Mindy will help people who are complete strangers but are in need of her assistance.
I honor everybody's journey, no matter what the journey is, no matter what the illness is. That when I help you, I'm helping you because I really want to help you. It's not an obligation.
I nominated Ed because I thought he was the perfect candidate for an award like this.
He supports 10, 12 different other nonprofit agencies, and he raises awareness in so many different ways.
He's graciousness and kindness personified.
When you see Ed, whether it's on television or in a public appearance, he just seems warm and caring, and that's the person that he is. Maybe what people don't know is he doesn't turn that off. It's really very much who he is. He wants to make a difference, and he makes a difference to everyone.
It doesn't matter how tall you are, it's how big your heart is.
I nominated Tom and Bonnie because their daughter, Maya, has been going through a form of leukemia, AML. I was just really amazed by how Bonnie and Tom hit the ground running with her and took full advantage of the opportunity to promote what she was going through and to try and find support for those causes.
I would say that anybody who's put in this situation, you sort of have to rise to the occasion. There really isn't a choice kind of in the matter.
We're seeing the big picture and we're seeing what's important and trying to make time now for our family, being together and spending time together.
Lessie and Connie, when I think of them, I think of strong leadership with a gentle touch.
Connie and Lessie and all of the committee is just dedicated to raising funds that they know directly goes to such cutting-edge research that is done by Drs. Weinberg and Ho.
Their passion comes from their relationship with Mary Jo, what they know that she'd want, and they continue to bestow her goodwill and her faith in people.
Well, I think Lisa and Jamie are just the epitome of the Angel Award. They have been selfless in very different ways.
A lot of times, women that are struggling with breast cancer, they don't have time to think about themselves. They're still thinking about their kids. They're still worried about daily life. And to see that we get to send the whole family, and often, on many occasions on vacation, is such a blessing.
I think what makes Lisa and Jamie angels is really just a view that there are more people in the world than just them. They wake up in the morning thinking about how they can help others, and they genuinely feel good about it.
She'll counsel patients, she'll talk to patients. Whenever Dr. Ho had needed her to go anywhere, she would. She is very supportive of our community of golfing families. She changes bandages, she empties drains, she takes food. She sits and talks and spends her time, not just once, not just 2 times, 3 times, but many, many times through whatever course they have, never says no. So I just couldn't believe that this little 125-pound dynamo had all that in her.
She brings children smiles on a daily basis, whether it's through the foundation or on her own personal time. She does an outstanding job of seeking what needs or what wants each child in the organization has and making them happen.
Maria and Christine run their foundation differently than many other organizations where you're not a number, you are a child and you have constant contact with the founders of the organization. They care about you, they want to be a part of your life, they worry, they pray, they come and visit you in the hospital.
She's just an extraordinary, selfless, compassionate person.
Very remarkable woman and a very loving person. She's really quite unique in a way that I'm not sure I've ever seen before.
I can cook, I can clean, I can take care of people. I feel like that's what God calls me to do. That's what I was put on this earth to do, is just to make people happy if I can, or to help them when they're not. You know, it's not something you should talk about. You should just do it.
She is not only my best friend, but my inspiration.
There are times when you just want someone to listen and just want someone to cry with and just want someone to be there. And during those times, it's not happy, it's not having a great time together, but I like to be able to leave and take a deep breath and think, you know, I helped her today.
I couldn't be more proud of her. She is just good. She's a good mother, a good wife, and a wonderful teacher.
Lynn is our angel because she chose to step out of her comfort zone and walk with our family in the worst days of our lives and help us to get over the loss of our child through creating this wonderful organization.
She has done so much to help so many people that she doesn't even know because she wants to alleviate their suffering. And I think she is so deserving of the Mary Jo's Angels Award, because that's truly what Mary Jo Cropper stood for, and the compassion that she shared for others is very similar to how Lynn Pierce lives her life on a daily basis.
They're a very positive couple about their experience. They're just very forward-looking and always involved in something with breast cancer issues. But I think one of the biggest things is the fact that they're just so positive. They're not, you know, they're just to be around them, I think, is an inspiration for other people to say, gee, you don't have to take this experience and be sad or depressed or negative about it. They just take it all in stride and move forward. It's just amazing.
I have never seen anyone fight so hard for their life, but only to live to help others.
Talika is an angel because she unselfishly gives of herself and thinks of others, even though she had been diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer.
And her spirit continues. I've seen many patients give up. I have never seen the positive, the attitude, the hope, and still to put herself last and put everyone else still first and call me and ask me how I'm feeling.
I can give the patient's perspective. I understand patients at all sides, at all levels of treatment, because I've been through all of those levels of treatment. When I received the call and was first heard that I was nominated, I was just thrilled, because I just do it because I think it's the right thing to do, but to be pointed out for it was really an honor, a true honor for me.
She goes above and beyond to give them a little extra.
Sharing her journey from her personal experience with breast cancer with others, helping them to their survivorship, truly makes her a Mary Jo angel and very deserving of this honor.
truly was an advocate for Mitzi in all of this, and he just made sure she got the best care that she possibly could get.
He wants other people to get the kind of care that Mitzi got here at Bethesda North and at Hospice of Cincinnati, which is why he made an incredible gift to them for their facility, which is now named after Mitzi.
I was always taught that if you were, reasonably successful, that you had to give back. So I've tried to do that, and enjoy doing it.
She was a loving, caring, not just for her kids, for others. I mean, she was a very giving person, and that's, and we adapted that. We want to give, we want to do, and that was her dying request. She didn't want any other woman, any other family, husband, child, mother, to have to go through what we went through.
They're very much like Mary Jo in the fact that they're very giving, they're very inspirational, and they have a vision for where they want to go, and they've actually stayed on that path, and I feel like they'll continue that path.
They wake up in the morning thinking about people other than themselves, and if you have that attitude each day, like both of them do, magic really happens. Karen always had a goal that she wanted to do one vacation a year for someone who was living with cancer once she beat cancer. So we never were able to do that together as a couple, but through a wonderful network that is her foundation today, we really are doing it in spades. Zand also is just full of energy. If you're having a slow day, you want Zand around you because she's going to get you moving in the right direction. She's got a very positive attitude, a very can-do attitude that really has benefited women living with breast cancer in this town.
She's just a great person to do that, to think of others before herself.
She truly believes in the motto, service above self. What she is doing is not just living it, but her courage to live it.
My service in doing that is an honor, and I think most Rotarians would tell you the service that they give, they consider to be an honor. And I'm grateful that I was able to do this at this time, at a time when a breakthrough is so badly needed.
For those who are fearful, don't know where to turn, I want to be that resource for them. One of the things that's most rewarding for us as being members of the Chicks and Chucks Foundation is that we see a difference in the lives of the breast cancer patients who are newly diagnosed. These chicks got involved because they want to. They don't have to. They're not related to me. I don't know why they put up with me, Chick, but they do. It's amazing. It totally blows my mind. I thank God every day for them because they allow us to be still in the organization, because I can go out there and talk, but if they're not willing to do the work, it would not be Chicks and Chucks. And if Cheryl wouldn't have gotten me to where I am today with taking care of me health-wise, I wouldn't be able to be vocal and a big mouth and going out there. And these chicks they don't want any recognition, but they do all the work.
She has a great personality and she has a great heart, and I think what she's been able to do, it's a testament to her character, and it's always my pleasure to sing her praises as much as I can.
I believe she is very deserving of a reward that recognizes a hard-working person who does what they can to change people's thought process on this topic of breast cancer.
She is deserving this award because of her love and dedication to her daughter. And it didn't just begin with the foundation, it began long before that when she dropped everything and moved and lived with Erica to help Erica during her time, during her fights.
It wasn't about herself and it wasn't about her pain. It was giving Kyler the fullest life he could have, no matter what the circumstance was. And that's why I think she is somebody who deserves Mary Jo's award, because she goes way above. She made sure he was doing whatever he wanted to do to achieve in his life.
It's a huge award, it's a huge accomplishment. I mean, we're honored
But you know, I don't deserve it. Kyler deserves it. Everything we do is for him.
The most important part about what we do is a gift of hope. These women are receiving a grant from us that we probably will never ever meet that person face to face, but we care deeply about them, and I think it's a gift that provides them a sense of hope and takes care of an immediate need that they have in their life today.
To call it Mary Jo's Angels, I mean, she truly is an angel. I look at my father, and I think he fits that mold of, you know, wanting to help as many people as he possibly can.
They ended up doing community service events, chicken soup, cook-offs, more bake sales. They ended up doing more community events. You name it, they were there for the center. So I think it's frankly time to stop and acknowledge these ladies because not only have they become friends to me, friends to the patients, but they were all friends to Mary Jo. They epitomized everything that Mary Jo was about, the compassion, the caring. And I can tell you that they are her special angels. And I know that each one of them held a special place in her heart.
By her searching out other girls her age, she found out they all have the same needs. They all have children, husbands, meals to cook, carpools to run, and hence they started forming Pink Ribbon Girls, and they're all about support.
We just kept saying there's got to be other women in Cincinnati that are dealing with the same issues that we are, and how fortunate that we were to find one another, and how could we reach out to these women? And really that's how Pink Ribbon Girls started.
She's got this big family with these kids, and it would be real easy to say, hey, you know what, I'm too busy, I got a family, I can't do it. But she still does it, doesn't she, Grace? She does it, she makes it happen. She loves her Pink Ribbon Girls.
She's a huge role model for a lot of women, and while they're going through their cancer, they can look at her and just know that I can do this, I can get through my cancer, and I can make something good out of it.
It's just been a really amazing journey for me and a transformation to see where we started and where we are today. I am so proud of where we've come and the thousands of families I know we've helped.
Inside, she's always trying to be connected to someone on the outside.
I had the privilege of treating Mary Jo as an infusion nurse at a different facility. And she came in and she was gracious, comforting, generous.
My understanding of an angel is someone who's a messenger. And Elaine certainly has been and continues to be a very worthy messenger of hope and encouragement and inspiration right in the midst of her life as it is right now.
She's just always looking to help others. I think the biggest reason that I nominated Tracy this year is because she is just such a warm, loving, giving person. And she truly does not know a stranger. She can strike up a conversation with anybody. She's just what you would think an angel would be.
Anna is tough. She's fun. She's a fighter, but she's kind. Anna has walked in the shoes of a breast cancer survivor, and she's active and fun, and she's not so busy that she can't take the time to be there for someone.
And I said to my husband early on, I wish she was here with me to go through this. One evening I was at home, my phone rang, and it was my neighbor behind me whom I had never met, Anna Frank. I felt like Mary Jo had sent me an angel.
She told everyone. Her spirit was high. She told everybody it was going to be okay. She never wavered through that. And it was a fight she was in it to win it. And she wasn't going to give up. She's just remarkable that somebody can be that strong and battle the way she's battled.
Anybody that has to go through breast cancer is a fighter and to be a survivor, and she not only fought through cancer, but she conquered it.
She never once asked, why me? She had a lot to complain about. She was sick, she was sore, all of those things that anybody that's gone through cancer can recognize. And I guess the answer was, why not you? Because you're the strong one.
Because of his giving heart. He's a very modest man, so I know he doesn't want the attention on him. 24/7 cancer is on his mind.
I really think Mary Jo and my dad are similar in the sense that they're givers and cheerful givers, and they want to see people's legacy last, as we see Mary Jo's has lasted, and my dad keeps my mom's memory alive too. I think they're very selfless people and willing to go out of their way to do good for others.
Steve is a wonderful volunteer of ours and really provides hope to those that are dealing with the same diagnosis that he's been through.
Steve's just a great role model of discovery and pursuing a passion after having his surgery, and I think he's just a great role model. Mary Jo was that way too. She was so full of life, and that's the way I see Steve. He's funny, he has a sense of humor about all that he's been through, so he has to be inspiring for other people.
I nominated Allie and Alana.
These are two girls who are young. They have a lot of other things they could be doing other than sitting next to Debbie and helping clean houses and take out trash and do dishes. They were the first ones there, and they were the last ones to leave all the time.
They gave us, myself and the boys, an opportunity to spend precious time with my wife and their mother.